Welcome to Proudly Said, where we bring bold voices and real stories together. I'm John Hyland, Scouse, queer, and still trying to make sense of it all. And this space is for the stuff we don't always say out loud, though we probably should. Let's get into it. Hey there, welcome to Proudly Said, the LGBTQ podcast with a little bit of a Scouse charm, where we authentically talk about real stories, bold voices. And today I'm here with Braidy Maloney. Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thank you, John. How are you?
I'm very warm.
Yeah, same. It is very, very hot in here.
So just to put into the setup where we are, we're currently sat in Solomon's Tap Room, which is yours and your husband's pub.
Yep.
Next door we've got five bakery or five cake shop?
I think
Or is
it's
it
just five. Yeah.
It's just five.
It's five.
Then you walk past and go, cake and coffee.
Yeah. Well, I think lots of people don't actually know what it is, to be fair, because it just says five. So maybe if it did said cake or coffee, then people would know what it is.
And to be fair, and I think because you make everything yourself, so sometimes, because I watch your Instagram quite a lot, and it's like sometimes like, yeah, we can't open today.
Yeah.
So it's not like there's a standard, okay, that's when we go to five. You just need to keep tabs on the Instagram.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we've just had loads of shit going on with like personal life at the moment that it's just been so hectic that...
Which is fair.
Yeah, that it's just like, right, we had to close for about 6 weeks, but now we're back. So it feels great. Good.
We like that. So I'm just going to ask an immediate question, and I don't mean any offense by it whatsoever. So obviously we're on camera, which I thought I told you, but apparently I didn't. So apologies in advance
Thank God for
that.
the new haircut.
That's what I immediately want to talk about. So I think in this day and age, we can't help but judge immediately when we look at someone. So if I may, how would you identify yourself?
I think up until maybe the last year, straight. I think over the last year, no, I would identify myself as queer.
Okay.
So yeah, it's kind of a new thing, a new feeling, as opposed to a new thing. So it's kind of getting used to feeling like that when you didn't know you were like that.
Yeah, I get that. So I'm going to go deep here. Sorry, we're only 2 minutes in and I'm going deep. What does that feel like though? So I think to layman's people, you know what I mean? Some people are like, what do you mean? Like you were straight and now you're queer and now it's like some revelation. Like,
yeah, I think growing up, like I'm 45. So I think growing up in the time that I grew up, it was very much, man and woman. And, I think that's kind of always been forced down your throat. But as I've got older and the amount of queer friends I have, I'm kind of going, oh, actually, I feel a bit queer in the sense that I find women attractive, and I thought it was just going to be she's pretty.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
I think it's absolutely more than that. So yeah,
I look at some women and go, oh, she's hot. Would I go there now?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Whereas now I'll look at someone and go, okay, I would go there if I wasn't married.
So if you always aesthetically look like this, that sounds so blunt. I did not mean it to be that way
that's
at
fine.
all.
I like blunt.
A bit of Harley Quinn Joker-esque going on.
Yeah, no, I like blunt. Yeah, I think I was about 20, maybe a bit younger than 20 when I kind of didn't feel like I fitted the norm. I think I've always felt like I've not fitted the norm. But I had a baby when I was 17.
Right.
And I think that having a child that young and having to adhere to social norms, it was just kind of like twin set of pearl type thing and very, very normal and no tattoos. And then as soon as I got my first tattoo, I was like, oh, this is who I'm meant to be. And then, this is where we are.
Can you pinpoint what was your first tattoo?
Oh my God, some really horrible Chinese symbol.
So is it covered up? Is that what you told me?
Oh no, it's not, which is the worst thing. It's not covered up. It's some little thing on my arm that is apparently meant to mean love, but who knows? I don't know.
What it means. I mean, the fact that you've kept it, like that's my first tattoo, the number 8.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, and when I was getting my Alice in Wonderland sleeve, I said to the tattoo artist, I was like, I don't know, I'm in two minds whether to cover the 8 or not. So 8 is my birthday.
I was just going to say, what's that?
Birthday, so I'm the 8th of December. And I was like, you know what? No, it's Alice in Wonderland. Can you turn it into it's part of like a label or something?
Love that.
So that's what we did. And it's
cute.
I
love it.
So maybe you should do something like that.
I keep thinking I'm going to black out this whole arm anyway. So it'll eventually go, I think. I'm just plucking up the courage to get it because it's going to hurt. It's either black it out or laser it, and I don't fancy laser, to be fair.
Is that meant to be more painful?
I think so. But I think I quite like the look of a black arm, so I think I'll just get that.
Okay. My brain just went completely blank then. I was like I do see some people. This is not where I thought this conversation was going to go, by the way. Tattoos. I have looked at when people have, like, my brother's got quite a lot of blackout on his arm, and I'm thinking, what's the point? Isn't it meant to look pretty?
Yeah, I think because I think I was about 17 when I started getting tattooed. I went to my local hometown tattooer, and I'm going to say they weren't very good. I hope they're not listening. I'm really sorry. But I went to them, and then one of my friends, Dan, started apprenticing, and so I've got a lot of work by Dan, and then he moved, and then it just kind of evolved. So I've got lots of shit on my left arm. So
like lots of testing to like apprenticeship trial
so
stuff.
it's awful. I hate having like a vest on because I'm just like, oh my god, the lines are like horrendous. There's hardly any color in some of them. So yeah, it's really shit.
You just mentioned there in your hometown. So where are you originally from?
Hereford.
Geography.
It's on the border of South Wales.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
interesting.
so it's kind of like Worcester, Gloucester sort of way.
A small town.
Yeah, we're a city because we've got a cathedral, but
we've got two.
Oh yeah, sorry about that. Yeah,
got one to spare. I'm sure that's a song.
Show off. But yeah, it's quite. I don't know. I think there was about 70,000 people. There's probably a bit more than that now because it breeds all the time, don't they? So it's nice, but you can't. Honestly, you can't fart without somebody knowing about it.
Oh yeah,
so it's one of those places. I love it. If you want to go and retire, there's nothing down there for anybody else. Really.
Did you just come straight here, or did you travel a little bit?
No, I came straight here. I met Paul, who is a Scouser. He'll tell you I was a groupie because his band played in my work. And then we got talking, and we went from there, and that was 21 years ago. So he was just like, I am not moving to Hereford. So you'll have to move up here if you want anything. So
did he?
I know. I'm so glad he did, though. So glad.
You know what? I've spoken to a lot of like queer youth over the years, and you know what? Some do say like you could go to the hustle and bustle of Manchester or London, but there's just a different vibe about Liverpool.
Absolutely.
I don't know if it's that music culture city type thing.
Yeah, I think it's the people. The people are just. Being a Southerner and seeing Scousers on the TV, where you are portrayed as scum of the earth, to be fair.
Yeah, very much so.
When reporters come, they find the biggest scally with his hands down his pants, who can't string a sentence together. So you kind of base your knowledge on those people. And then when I got here, I was like, it's nothing like that. Everybody is so nice.
So that's, okay. One minor backup point on the queer identity thing. What, just for like layman's terms, people's like, what does that mean to you though? Like, what does like being queer and that kind of epiphany mean, which then will lead into my next point?
Just being authentic.
Yeah.
I think just being allowed to, allowing yourself to just sit in those feelings and kind of go, okay, this is who I am, and I'm not going to shy away from everything. So I don't shy away from my appearance. Yeah. Why should you shy away from your sexuality? So just to make other people happy, which is just bullshit, isn't it? So
yeah, I quite like that because I think there's a real interesting, it's not even interesting, it's bollocks, argument I suppose going on now about the word queer and what it means and this, that and the other, because obviously someone's saying it's not a sexuality. It's like, no, I would agree it's not, but it's a nice umbrella term to be against the gender norms.
Yeah.
Because people try to make up the point about queer being, it means weird.
Yeah.
It means abnormal. It's like, well, yeah, who wants to be normal? Hello, Alice in Wonderland.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So is that how it felt? It came across to
I think
you?
that's how queer felt for me at first, was very much because I've never fitted in, even when I looked normal. I never fitted in. But now being queer is, you can use it. I wouldn't use it around certain people. If I've got gay friends who don't like the term queer, I wouldn't use it. But yeah, I identify as queer is in the respect of sexuality and the way that I look and the way that I act. So
like an identity thing.
Yeah, not just a sexuality thing, but it's a whole identity.
So I need to get into this now. It's like, how long have you been in Garston?
Maybe about 15 years.
Oh, okay, that's a very long time then.
Yeah.
So I think Garston's speak has a bit of a reputation in Liverpool for being a bit rough and ready, very working class, etc. Which I do say wrongly on purpose. When I was a kid, I used to come and do dance in Garston, so
Yeah.
And there was a good few very camp effeminate lads doing dance. Fine, whatever. When you first opened Solomon, which came first, Solomon's or
5?
So 5 came first, yes, because I remember seeing the article, and it was kind of labelled as like, I don't know if it was the queer cake shop or the gay cake shop.
It was a punk as fuck cake shop.
Okay. Okay. So what was the reaction like with being in Garston based on, stereotypes and you being very not part of that stereotype?
Yeah. Everyone was so receptive.
Yeah.
Everybody was so receptive. I had a shop on Egberth Road prior to having 5, and I have to say that people in Garston are well more welcoming, friendly than people in Egberth.
Proper salt of the earth people.
Absolutely. Yeah. They'll come in and they want to see you thrive.
Yeah.
And, they might not have very much money themselves, but they'll spend it in your shop so you don't go under. Like, it's incredible. People are just so lovely here.
So I remember, I think I came for a quiz night and it was like people were queuing out the door, and then obviously I've followed you guys on social since, and it's like every quiz night is sold out. And then you have obviously different themed events and generic, just come up, we're open. And it's not the biggest of spaces, but the fact that you can fill it out very quickly and very easily says a lot about you guys as business owners, and I think what you bring to the place.
Oh, that's lovely. Thank you.
Yeah, that's more of a statement than a question, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's
so I love that. Yeah. I'll take that. I'm not going to say anymore.
Yeah,
I'm just going to take that statement.
I'm really shit at taking compliments normally, so that's very nice.
You're welcome, and now I'm getting this on camera. So I suppose what has been the reception in that respect of like people coming? I know what you said about obviously people want to see you succeed, but have you had any kind of criticism is the wrong word, but any backlash?
When we first opened Solomon's, we had loads of issues to do with planning and things like that.
Of course.
And then it was on Facebook. I don't even know what happened. Like, somebody said that it was probably due to us being a gay bar.
Okay.
And we were like,
there was an objection that.
Yeah, but nobody objected to people who were. I think there were 2 people objected to the license, and 1 person objected to the change of planning for the change of business class.
Okay.
But yeah, hearsay was that it's because we're a gay bar.
And I suppose that was because of you were already as 5, so people knew it was yourselves.
Yeah, and it was just like, I remember taking to Facebook going, we're not a gay bar, we're not a straight bar, we're just a bar.
Yeah.
And it's just everybody can come. You can be gay, you can be straight, we don't care. Like, it's very important for Paul and I. It's with 5, with Solomon's, that you're safe.
Yes.
Regardless of sexuality, race, religion, anything. You come in here, you feel safe. And that's what we wanted.
I can't help but take a little bit of issue though from you're going to open a gay bar, because in the nicest way possible, I've met Paul, like he likes to have a bit of a campness on sometimes.
Absolutely.
But when you look at him, he's scouse as frig.
Yeah.
So with all due respect, that was based on you.
Yeah, more than likely. Yeah, because there were rumours going around that Solomon's was run by a cage fighter. So we were like, okay, he's done judo for over 30 years and he does BJJ, but he's not a cage fighter. And it was just like, do they think you're a gay cage fighter?
Yeah,
maybe that's why you're not getting any backlash from that, because people
because you're a cage fighter. Yeah, or presumed to be a cage fighter.
Yeah.
How bizarre. But then again, in all intents and purposes, you're a heterosexual couple with kids.
Yeah.
So it's like, other than the fact that you've got green and pink hair sat in front of me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're pretty normal. Like, I am pretty normal. I'm a proper nan. Like, in bed at 8 o'clock, playing my Switch, cup of tea. Like, that's me. I'm not big and wild. It's just, I think this is I always say to people, it's a bit like a poisonous frog. The exterior is a poisonous frog. It's kind of like, don't fucking touch me. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
But inside, I'm like, really nice, actually.
Well, yeah, I can attest to that.
Oh, that's good then, because I felt like I was blowing my own trumpet quite a lot.
No,
then.
not at
Oh
all.
my God, I'm really nice.
This is your space. If no one else wants to call you nice, do it yourself.
Yeah, true.
Jeez.
That's very true.
So I suppose you've definitely got a regular following. Is that the right phrase? Clientele.
Yeah.
People come back. Do you find that people want to come on purpose to see this quaint little bar in Garston?
Yeah, I think so. I think because craft beer is such a big thing.
Yeah.
So people kind of, you have all the beer snobs that come in and try all the beers and things. But I think what we found out over the last year is this is a place for, one of our regulars put it kind of, I can't remember what he quoted as such, but basically it's full of misfits.
I love that.
And he feels really comfortable here, and you see other people here and they're just a bit odd, and it's fucking great.
Yeah.
It's great.
I love that. Did you find the same at 5?
Yeah, absolutely. God, we'll have we call it like a queer spicy table, where we've got like a couple of my friends will come in who are, some of them are queer, some of them are not, some of them are neurospicy, some of them are not, and we sit there.
Oh, you use the phrase.
Oh, it's the best phrase, isn't it?
I love it. I heard it for the first time from a drag queen last year, and it's how I refer all the time now to, and it was neurodivergent, and I get that same response.
Yeah. I can never say neurodivergent. I don't know if it's
neurodivergent,
neurodivergence. So I just go neurospicy.
I love
easier.
it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I interrupted then.
So no, it's fine. So yeah, we'll often sit and congregate around a table and just put the world to rights. And it's nice because there'll be someone come in by themselves that don't know who we are really. They're just come in for cake. They'll come and they'll join our table and they leave going, I really needed that. And it's just the best. Yeah. It's not a job. It's just the best.
So when you were setting both businesses up, I suppose, I think it's 5. I assume 5 would be your baby. Mm-hmm. Solomon's more so Paul's.
Yeah.
Was there any intention around what's happened to happen, or just you just wanted to set up a cake shop and make cakes?
Yeah, I've been baking for, I think, almost 13 years. And then, like I said, had a shop in Egbert with a business partner, and then broke away from that. Didn't want to bake. And then found this. It's 5 minutes from my house. Yeah, and did that. And I thought, you know what? It's just got to be me. Like, it's quite loud in there, and it's full of colour. And people walk in going, oh my God, this is you in a shop. Yeah. So it's just like,
this is you in a shop. And I'm like, as in the aesthetic and stuff, and what you make.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's just, you just come in and you just, I don't even know what I was going to say then. That's probably being neurospicy for you.
Oh, don't. Oh, seriously. The amount of times I will have a full-blown conversation with a point, get sidetracked by the one point that I've made. Mm-hmm. And like, how did I get from, I don't know, cakes to funerals?
Yeah. I do that quite regularly though. I quite like death and things like that, so it's weird.
Whether we're not in a black bar.
yeah, that's it. It is like
I do love the aesthetic though. It's very, very quaint and quirky, and like I feel like the Adams family would drink here.
They would, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that'd be so good. But yeah, it's very nice. We wanted to keep the kind of original, it's Victorian building, so we wanted to feed into that.
Yeah.
So that's what we did.
And what I quite love about it, especially from a 5 perspective, it's a very family affair.
Absolutely,
like the kids are involved and stuff.
Yeah. And me and my youngest, Cade, we work next door. And then Paul, this is his baby, but our eldest, Dan, is the general manager here as well. So it's,
Is there any like family arguments about what the business is doing, or is it mummy and daddy are the bosses?
No, do you know what? Me and Paul don't really have anything to do with this, with Solomon's here now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we've handed it off to Danny and the assistant manager, Mark, and they run it a treat. And
I love
then
that.
and then it's the same with 5 next door. It's kind of people predominantly come in for cake, but lots of people go, we come in for you and Cade, which is lovely.
That's so nice. And as long as they do buy a coffee and cake, because pay bills.
Yeah, that's it. 'Cause otherwise we'll be poor. But Cade's kind of really introvert, really shy.
Which is interesting, because I've met Cade, so I wouldn't have got that.
Yeah. So he's very sort of anxious.
Yeah.
And he's got ADHD, so I think he just needed to find his place in the world so he can be himself there, and he doesn't have to pretend to be normal.
Again, what's normal?
Yeah, he can just F and blind there within reason.
Customers.
Yeah. But no, it's it's a good place to be.
Is there any like future plans, like collaborations or anything like that between not necessarily the two businesses, but like, because it does seem like a Garston staple now, has it been garnered any like wider attention? Both businesses.
I don't know.
Was that a bit off the cuff question there?
Yeah, I really couldn't think. And like I said to Paul, I said, why don't you come here as well? No, I'm not going on a podcast. No.
Oh, so you offered it? Yeah, offered it for the both of you.
Yeah. So it was just like, no, you're going. So, but yeah, I don't actually know. And then I can't remember your question, to be fair.
Oh, like you just done to me.
Yeah. I was thinking, I can't remember.
I think it's like what's the future hold kind of thing.
Oh, I don't know. Solomon celebrates its first birthday
Oh yeah.
in a couple of days. Yeah. So it's going to be a year since we've opened here. So we do lots of collaborations together. We've just started doing afternoon tea. So I do the afternoon tea. We hold it here.
Oh, fabulous. Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah. And then we kind of,
oh my God, is it themed?
well, I want to do a themed one.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Around Pride, I want to do a themed one.
Yeah.
Because everything's got to be bright and colourful. So,
Yeah, of course it does.
You know, so that's great for me. But yeah, we're trying to hook up a lot more rather than keep it two separate things.
Yeah. So I know I made the joke earlier about, because I'm adamant I seen an Echo article about the queer bake shop or something.
You
or
may
something
have
done.
done.
Do you see there's a mark of a badge of honor? That's the phrase I was looking for.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's nice to kind of represent. And, you know, luckily for me, one of the local councillors is a lesbian woman, Lucy.
Of course, yes, of course.
I made Lucy's wedding cake years ago. And that's how I got to know her. So it's nice linking up with Lucy and just going, what can we do around Pride to make this, I don't know, not to make it, but to say to people, we're here.
Yeah, because I think as great as Liverpool is for events, it only ever seems to support the city centre.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so I know exactly what you mean. It's like, so Pride happens. We know Pride happens like the end of July.
Mm-hmm.
How do we bring it to Garston?
Yeah.
Without having Garston Pride.
Yeah, that's it. And I think there are lots of people that won't go to Pride.
Yeah.
For whatever reasons. So to be able to come to somewhere you already know is a safe space and to be able to celebrate it here is, I don't know, it's really important. Like we tried to get the zebra crossing there done.
Did you?
Yeah, as a rainbow, but it's got to go through highways and highways. We're just like, no.
Yeah, I remember in my old life, which I won't go too much into. And yeah, that was always like, why not? Why not? And don't get me wrong, I've recently learned that apparently it's an issue for partially sighted people.
Oh, right.
Apparently it's to do with the fact, so it's black and white so they can see. So partially sighted or colourblind, it becomes a bit of an issue. So I think in my brain, it's like, okay, well, the workaround is to put it on a pedestrian crossing, i.e. it's not a zebra crossing, it's a one where you press your button.
Yeah, which is that one.
But there's a crossing on it.
Yeah.
So it's like twofold.
Yeah.
So I don't, if Garston got a bloomin' rainbow crossing before the Pride Quarter in the city centre, that would be something to shout about.
Absolutely. I just think it needs to happen. So highways, you better pull your finger out.
I've met Lucy a couple of times, and I think if you're getting Lucy on it, then I think she will get that.
Yeah.
She will make that happen.
Absolutely. I hope so. It would be so good.
Do you find you have got quite an and again, this is cross thing. I'm not making this about Solomon just because we're in here. Queer clientele.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I probably make more queer wedding cakes than I do for straight couples.
Wow.
And I don't know why that is, but it's been like that for 10 years, maybe more than that. So whether you're known as like the queer baker or something, I have no idea. Oh, I love that. But I love it. Yeah. So, and
you need to change your Instagram handle now.
I know, but you often find that like
it's already taken.
For me, more than likely, isn't it? Everything queer is always taken anyway. But I think for me, especially with queer couples getting married, they're so much more creative.
There's a lot more expectation.
Yeah.
Like, you've got to live up to a bit more than...
Yeah, it's kind of like you can use bold colours, you can do this. We don't want traditional kind of, green flowers or whatever. So it's quite cool.
Okay, now because you mentioned that, I need to know like what's been the most like splendiferous cake you've ever made.
Oh...
That's putting you on the spot.
Yeah.
You just told me over 10 years and like pick one.
I think my favourite one I made was only a couple of years ago, and it was when the whole cartoon cake theme came. And you make a cake that looks like it belongs on a cartoon. That was my favourite. Either that or a bright yellow one.
It's a bright yellow one?
Yeah, bright yellow one with like all of these clashing colours. And the bride came in and she said, you can have free reign. So when I met her,
but you were made up.
Oh, it's the best thing. When someone says that to you, it's the best.
I was very daunted.
Yeah, because you don't know what they're going to be like.
Yeah.
But when I met Chloe was a ray of sunshine, and I was like, it's just got to be yellow. She's just exudes this warmth, and it was just, she loved it. So that was, thank God.
I love that though, because I think when you can be allowed to let your creative juices flow and get paid for it,
yeah,
that's like amazing. Because then like you put your trust and your honesty and effort into me, then I'm gonna give it back, and if you have the best cake you can have,
absolutely, yeah.
Everyone in your party then goes, wow, where did you get that from?
Yeah,
there you go. Business continues.
Yeah, and I think that's it, isn't it? I've never had to advertise for business, which is awesome. Like, to be doing this for 13 years is awesome. It's so good.
Would you have any advice for someone who's like, I suppose, within the queer community, who because I feel like with most things, the LGBTQ plus community definitely there seems to be barriers and obstacles for like pathways into different types of, whether it's healthcare, business, etc. So something like what you do. If someone says, I want to be not necessarily a creative, but have my own business and this, that, and the other, would you have any like kind of advice? And this, you're like, don't be fucking asking me for advice.
Yeah,
but just from your experience.
I just do it. Literally just do it. What can go wrong? If my business is failed tomorrow, I would care, but I can sit back and go, we tried. And I don't want to live my life not taking risks. I think you have to take risks. So I think you want to do something, go and do it.
I love that. It's just some words of wisdom.
Well, I don't know about that.
I mean, I'm glad you said that. Last time I said someone mentioned the words wisdom, they're like, what are you trying to say? I'm old.
Well, I am old though. Awkward.
So now I feel like I need to put you on the spot. I'm conscious of time. Oh my God. No, don't say that. That's a corporate phrase. I like to do this thing where I put people on the spot. And because this is an LGBTQ podcast, it's Scouse. If you could think of one thing, one person, one place, one whatever it may be that makes you think that's Liverpool, what would it be and why?
I don't think it's a person or a place. I think it's a feeling, and it's unity. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that for me, being a Southerner and living in Liverpool, seeing you unite is incredible. Like I remember the first time I ever thought that was when Rhys Jones had his funeral, and you saw Liverpool supporters, Evertonians, you were together.
Yeah.
And it was more than football. And I was like, this is a fucking special place. And you just exceed expectations all the time.
I think that definitely rings true to what you said at the start, where it's like there's this bizarre, weird, I don't even know where it comes from, this a stereotype of what a Scouser is.
Mm-hmm.
I actually genuinely don't know where that comes from.
Yeah.
And we're not.
No, far removed from it. I know, like, I lived in Hereford for I think I was 24 when I moved up here. I'd be standing at the bus stop with people that I'd seen who lived on our estate for like 20 years. You'd see them at the bus stop. They wouldn't speak to you. And here you can go to the bus stop and have a bloody full-blown conversation with George that you've met for 5 minutes and you know all about his life. And I think that's so special.
Yeah, it is. And I think, I don't know what it is. I think I would prefer that because I've been to America a couple of times, and as soon as you hear like someone in America hears like from Liverpool, it's like, oh my God, I love the Beatles.
Yeah, Liverpool.
Don't. But I think it's interesting though, because in another life again worked in PR, and I know that locally like people are actually a little bit thick of the Beatles because it's a big tourist trap.
Yeah,
it is that we just care about each other.
Yeah, not
what we're known for.
Yeah, you're all about each other. And it's like it's kind of like a different country in England.
Oh, you're totally going down the political route now.
Am I?
The People's Republic of Liverpool.
The People's Princess, that's what. The new one, move over, Diana.
You absolutely are. Let's be honest. But the Harley Quinn hair.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I think that's where we're a little bit of a different breed of people, because like we just seem to have a little bubble.
Yeah.
Little bubble. You get to the rocket, start of the M62, and you leave the bubble.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And that's kind of it. But thank you so much for joining me. This has been so lovely.
It's been so good.
First thing that we need to get out is if people want to find the venues on social media or websites or whatever, where can they find it?
I think,
You got to think now.
yeah, I know Solomon's on Instagram is Solomon's Tap Room.
Yes.
And I think 5 is 5, I don't know.
I think if we search 5 cake shop or 5 bakery,
Yeah.
I think it does come up, and your logo is literally the word 5.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is, because I remember I had to do it myself.
Yeah.
And search it. Do we have a website, do you know?
We do. I think it is.
I put you on the spot now, sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. See, this is Paul's domain.
There you go.
He's like a web developer. This is what he does.
Well, I know. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He's pretty rubbish, really, not being here.
How dare he, Paul?
I know.
But I think I do know if you search on, definitely on Instagram. I think that's where the most of the stuff is really.
Yeah.
So Instagram, Solomon's Tap Room, 5 bakery, 5 cake shop. It'll come up. And please do, and please check it out. Like I think I kept pointing that way when 5 is that way. I've not got a good sense of direction. I used to do dance in that building there, literally next door.
Way.
Starlight.
Oh my god, because it's a drama studio now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we used to, well, maybe that would make sense. So we used to do like our show group in the Orange Lodge building.
Oh my god.
Down there.
Yeah.
And then we moved up here because this is where the
So
college
cool.
was. It's bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah.
Small world.
It really is. It's that like that. Is it 6 degrees or 5 degrees of separation type thing?
One of those things.
Yeah. I don't
But no,
know.
thank you again. I really
You're so
appreciate
welcome.
it.
Thank you
Thank
very
you for having
much.
me in Solomon's when you're closed.
You're welcome. Anytime.
You can find Proudly Said at Hey Proudly Said on any social media platform. No, that's a fat lie. Instagram and TikTok at Proudly Said. I've been John. Thank you so much, and see you next time. You've been listening to Proudly Said. If it meant something to you, pass it on. If it didn't, maybe it will one day. Either way, stay kind, stay loud, and stay proud.